Man, I'm so tired, like really. Who's Snapchatting me? What is up, guys? So, a little bit of drama going on in my life, but it's all good. We'll get to the story time later on, and within the next few weeks give me time to cool it down and collect my thoughts, because sometimes, you know, when you're really pissed off or you're really angry, you just say a lot of shit that you don't mean, or you say a lot of shit that you do mean, but it doesn't come out the right way. You're like, fuck. But anyways, we're gonna actually jump into this as an autism parent installment. See, now I've gotten a few questions from a lot of people, which I actually appreciate. This is something that affects me and my family, and like I tell everybody, you can never really understand what a person has to go through with someone in their household that has autism. But I am very surprised and overwhelmed by the questions and shit, like not shit, by the questions and stuff that everyone is asking. What is okay to ask? What isn't okay to ask? What can we do? What can we not do? So I would like to dedicate this installment to not just people who just want to be aware, but just people overall, like in general, public, friends of family, family of family, shit you don't ask autism parents. That's pretty much it's blank explanatory. So I am friends with a couple of autism moms myself, and I did ask around. This has been like for a couple weeks now. I've been asking about this question. I asked online on Yahoo Answers as someone anonymous. You would know where I am. What don't you want to, like, you know, what are the fucking questions we hate to hear? And it's not just me in general, it's probably most of America, most of the fucking world for that matter. And I feel like maybe this is something that we can use like as a platform to move on with the world, just pretty much. So let's get started. This is like the number one fucking question we get all the time, and we want to just smack the shit out of everybody who says this. And if you ask me in person, I will smile and politely say no and walk the fuck off, because I feel like this is a whole thing, but there are no evident support that explains this. Do you think that vaccinations cause autism? What the fuck? What kind of fucking question is that? Like, so I feel every child is born with autism when you give birth. You know, and it's even been proven, like in scientific reports, it usually happens around the second trimester. Real facts, that autism is caused by vaccinations. My son was vaccinated at like 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever, like the block of vaccinations that they normally get. And this is every other parent. I think, you know, I'm not Jenny McCartney, who gives a shit about her and what she thinks about, oh, do shots cause the autism? And she wrote a whole fucking book about her stupidity. But no, autism is not caused by vaccinations. And if you ask me, I will smack the shit out of you in my mind, and then maybe kick you in the nuts a few times. This question we get asked sometimes often. I haven't gotten asked this one very often, but a couple of my friends and people that I've asked around, this is question number 2. Do you have other autistic children? I think that's kind of insensitive. I'm like, you already have to deal with one. How would you feel? That's like somebody asking me, are you autistic yourself? Do you have an autistic gene? What do you think? Like, how do you reply to that? Like, no, I think that is beyond disrespectful. Number 3, what's his superpower? Like, what's his specialty? Like, what does he do? Like, what's his... I can barely get this fucking kid to brush his goddamn teeth. What do you think his specialty is? Get the fuck out of here. No autistic kid is alike. There are different kids that have different talents and different preferences. Some kids just do not choose. I know there are some kids with autism who don't have specialties. Like my son, he doesn't have a special interest. All he likes to do is eat fries, lay his ass on the couch in his underwear, and watch credits all day. Like, that's just my son. I don't know about your kids, but tell me if I'm right on this one. Like, I hate when people ask me, so what's his specialty? I don't know. He's about to be 7. I don't know what's in his mind. When he figured it out, we'll tell you. Like, damn, like, I don't know. Like, it's not like I brought this kid, he was diagnosed, like, oh, here's a set of fucking cards and instructions. This is what he's gonna be doing. Then everything is different. Everything is just it's chaotic. Please do not ask us that question, because we get really fucking annoyed. Next thing you don't say to us, he or she will grow out of it. Are you fucking kidding me? If they are going through this shit now, I don't think they're gonna grow out of it, especially if we've had to deal with a certain way of life. It is a whole lifestyle thing, and I think it makes us crazy. It fucking drives me nuts when people are like, oh, Giovanni will grow out of it, or someone will tell my friend, oh, he or she just needs an ass whooping. It's not about them being spoiled. It's about them not feeling like we're getting them. It is a communication thing. It is an environmental thing. It is everything. It's like we are in their world. To them, they're perfect, and we are just like the fucking outsiders. Like, we need to learn how to adapt with them, but also vice versa. They need to also learn. This is where we go into therapy and different all kinds of things like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Please do not tell us he or she will grow out of it, because that just, to me, just sounds like, it just sounds disrespectful overall. Like, don't. Because again, I will picture me kicking you in the fucking nuts, and I might punch you in the face a few times in my head, just because I care so much not to go to jail. I don't know how you do it. Well, what am I not, am I doing something wrong? Like, oh, I hate that one. I feel like that one is the top one. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, how do you do it? Like, how? And then sometimes I have to come up with some smart ass remark. Like, a lot of the times in my Facebook posts or like in public, like, I try not to sound super sarcastic. Like, oh, you know, I gotta thank God for this, and you know, I have the support of the Lord, and you know, I'm so blessed. And bitch, I have to go put my kid to bed early so that I could catch up on my shows, eat my snacks, and recollect myself, because sometimes we need that. You don't know what goes on in her. Sometimes our kids will have meltdowns because the blinds are turned on, or I don't know. Fuck, if the soda can was turned this way, they will melt down over like the dumbest things. Like, trust me, like I'm not saying like, you know, a lot of the stuff that my son he used to melt down about would be very petty. Like, I don't know, say I left the remote on this side of the couch and he'd get really like, oh my God, or I messed up the DVD order, or I put my books somewhere. And then it's like, you have to just learn, kid, like things are just gonna have to be the way that they are. Please, just don't say, I don't know how you do it. Just pretty much tell us, you know, I really admire you as a parent. Oh, you know, that's great. You know, don't tell us I don't know how you do it. How the fuck else do we do? We gotta do it just like everybody else. Like, everybody else has been doing parenting their kids. How do you think about how I feel when I see somebody with like 5 fucking kids who can't control them? I don't know how you do it. I think she'd be pretty offended. Wouldn't you be? I mean, for real, like, I feel I would be offended. Another thing we don't like being asked is, why haven't you done this therapy, or have you done this therapy? My friend said that her daughter, or her daughter's cousin, sister, brother with autism had this therapy done and it worked. Like, don't you think that we sit on our asses all day? You think that's what we do? I mean, as a parent, I think we all want what's best for our children overall. I feel like that needs to be addressed, is that our children are healthy, number one. As long as my child is fed, as long as my child is clean, as long as my child is not cursing, then I'm good. Like, what the fuck? Like, my son does not need to travel to Monaco to go swim with the fucking dolphins because it's gonna make him smarter. Like, no. Like, you need to stop. Or don't tell me that the gluten-free diet that your brother-in-law, sister, cousin, mother's daughter put her kid on helped her with her autism, because that just cured it all. Like, no, that doesn't work. Like, that just, don't recommend things to us. Like, we already spend enough time on the internet. We already spend enough time with therapists, with the pediatrician, with occupational, with a physical, with every therapist you can fucking think of. We've probably dealt with them all, and we've always asked, what's the next step? It's not like we're just sitting here on our asses just wondering, recommend a fucking treatment for us, because obviously you know so much. He or he does not look like he has autism at all. What's wrong with him? Or what's wrong with her? Does autism have a look? Autism doesn't have a look. Autism looks different. My kid has curly hair, brown eyes, and is very pale. Runs around, curses like a sailor. Hey, that's not autism. I don't know what the fuck is. Like, they don't all look the same. Like, there are certain children that look completely normal, so you want to call our kids normal. It's because they have to function in society. They have to pretty much just cope with themselves. Sometimes it's hard for them and it's killing them inside. Or there's some children that walk around with binkies in their mouth. And I remember being like, I don't know, I want to say like 19 years old, and I remember seeing like a 5-year-old kid walking around with a binky. I'm like, that'd never be my son, or that'd never be my daughter. Shut my mouth right the fuck up, because what did you know? My son was one of those kids who used the binky till he was 3 years old and went to school every day with it in his mouth until they pulled it out. But the thing is, there is no typical look, there is no typical sign, no typical look, smell, code, mark, handshake that these kids have to tell you that they have autism, unless the parent, the guardian, the caretaker, the family member, or the kid themselves can tell you that they have autism. And pretty much these are things that, please don't ask us, or please don't tell us anything. Like, we know, like, I think these are all things we get offended about, and we have to face this on the daily. And I feel like this has to be addressed, otherwise it will not be addressed, and people are going to continue asking, and instead find something new and creative to ask. Asking y'all to be our best friends, I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for us to just to be like, let's be BFFs. That's completely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm just asking for a little bit of compassion. If you see my kid in the store, acting a fool, or you see my kid throwing himself down, don't sit there and stare and be like, why didn't you whoop his ass? And I look at you and I turn around. Don't be surprised if I don't go get up right back up and just pop your ass in the mouth, because I definitely would. Guys, this is my video. You guys, I'm so tired. Like, really, I just felt like I needed to say this, and I needed to get off my chest, because like I said, I encountered some things. I feel like this needed to just be addressed, and it just needed to be out there, at least for my subscribers, not just you guys, for you guys to know and to hear, but also anybody who happens to come along my channel and they discover autism. I mean, what do you got? I mean, maybe I didn't cover all of the bases. This is just what I collected as far as myself. What do you guys think? If you guys have somebody in your life with autism, please drop it down below. Or even somebody with special needs, what don't you like being asked? Because sometimes, even as an autism mom, I find myself kind of like asking questions I feel like are kind of offensive to other people, like, oh, like, do they do this, like, do they do that, have you, like, I kind of find myself doing shit like that. So like, please let me know like what it is that you guys don't like being asked. Or I mean, even as a person with special needs, let us know, you know, what don't you like to be asked, because I can't ask myself, what don't you like being asked to, because I don't know what offends him. I mean, shit, today this Coke can, I mean, this Dr. Pepper can offend him like in 5 minutes, and he just get pissed off at me. But anyways, go ahead and drop the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I will be definitely putting up part 2 to Gio's autism story, which is, like I said, it's not my story, it's his. So we have to just like roll by the punches. Also, I will be going ahead and updating you guys on various topics. Like I said, this is not just a makeup channel, this is like a life channel. I just haven't had enough life here today, and I will be adding more. So you guys take it easy. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna take a nap. Bye guys.